Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show, everyone. I'm going to get this microphone closer to me as I drop a bag there. That was real smooth, wasn't it, Papa?
Very neatly done.
But welcome to the Albert and Billy Show. We'll try that again. You're listening to us on WUAT Radio, and you're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber TV, and watching us on Facebook Live today. Hello, Facebook Live. We were on Facebook Live a couple of weeks ago. Didn't get to do it last week, but we're back this week. So thanks for joining in with us today,
Is
Facebook.
this good?
This is good. This is good.
What all are we on today?
I don't even know. A lot. A lot.
Did you say this was number 169?
This would be episode 168.
168.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
That
We-
makes
Thank you. Thank you.
that makes me feel older. I don't need any
He's so
help.
hard on himself,
I don't need
Darryl.
any help. I'm already old enough.
But I always tell him he don't look or act his age.
He don't, really.
He
really
don't.
Do I act 86?
No.
I mean 85.
No, you
I
don't.
went to see Farrell Smith the other day. He's 94.
Yes.
Farrell is 94, and he's doing pretty dang good. He knew me. We had a good conversation.
Oh yeah. He's
And,
definitely
I was proud I got a chance to go see him. Cindy took me.
good. I'm glad she took you
And
out
then
there.
we've got that lady in Dunlap, Ruby. She's 90,
Oh, yeah.
96. I'm rubbing shoulders with
She's
people.
a big fan of y'all.
Big
Yes,
fan.
but
And she's 96 going on about 46, let me tell you.
But I'm
she's
rubbing
a spry
shoulders
96.
with people that's a lot older than I am. Is what I'm
See,
saying.
there you go.
They're still moving around.
So
Makes me-
there's hope.
You get a new battery, you like mine will last that long too.
He
I want a
will.
new battery here pretty
I'm
soon.
going to get that Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Awesome.
Get the one that has the bunny. It lasts the longest.
The Energizer.
You know, my doctor tells me I need to walk an hour a day. I said, well, I've got a walking track just across the road from my house.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, how far do you think it is? And I said, probably 60 or 75 yards. He said, why don't you go over there? And I said, well, I could walk over there, but I'd have to crawl back.
Hey, Darryl, will you hand me the birthday calendar right there, and we'll read off some birthdays. We
How
got
do
a
you
lot
know
of
somebody born today?
we got a lot of comments thanking us for doing the birthdays on the show. So we'll read off the birthdays from this week.
Today's the 12th.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got one. Miss Karen Peck. Today
Karen
is her
Peck.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Karen Peck. Happy birthday.
She's a famous lady. Karen Peck in
Happy
New River.
birthday. And then let's see, Monday I'll tell you the birthdays from this week. Wanda Nail, Donna Campbell, and Tess Boring. Happy birthday, ladies. Kaylee Thomas Boynton now. Happy birthday, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Amy Rainey. Happy birthday, Amy. And happy birthday to Jody Young. Hers was yesterday. Happy birthday, Jody. So happy birthday, Wanda, Donna, Tess, Kaylee, Amy, and Jody. And
Karen.
I thought it was Karen. Don't say it wrong. Happy birthday, ladies. They're all ladies this week.
wow.
Ladies week.
Must be lady.
Ladies week.
Do you know why women outlive men?
Oh, Lord. No, but you're going to tell me.
No. Men have to put up with women.
Ooh, that's a good one, Papa.
All right, we're gonna have to get that out of there.
That's a good one.
Look at all the numbers.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
All right, we got
You
some
used to be a
announcements.
ladies' man. Now,
I know. He might.
Now, I never claimed to
Hey,
be a
Mom.
ladies' man.
Well, you just run it right there, Budro.
Well, that's just the way it is.
I tell you.
Bless their heart. You see more widows than you do see widowers.
dude.
True.
do.
And I'm going to do some announcements before you dig yourself even further. So, we'll start with a chicken casserole dinner.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good, Papa. That's going to be Saturday, March the 20th. This is going to be on March the 20th. It's at the Pikeville Fire Department, the new fire department, right next to Papa's house. They're neighbors with Papa, pretty much. Literally, aren't they? Hop, skipping away. That's going to be from 4 to 7 p.m. on the 20th, and you can eat in or take out. You can get a plate for $8. It includes chicken casserole, 2 sides, a roll, dessert, and a drink. Remember, all proceeds from this meal do benefit the fire department, so of course it's for a very good cause. And it says, please call ahead for faster service. That includes curbside service, or you can dine in or carry out to confirm they haven't sold out. So Saturday, March 20th, 4 to 7.
Be a week from tomorrow.
Good chicken casserole dinner at the Pikeville Volunteer Fire Department. We should definitely point that out. Volunteer Fire Department.
Several people. I just sit here looking at all the people watching in on Facebook.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Grace O'Keefe.
Maybe they can help me with
Wolf.
Hey, Bill. Maybe y'all can help me out trivia time. That's coming up soon. I need all the help I can get.
You won't need help today.
Every time he says that, Darryl, I need help.
Falls up with a half, 31 to 22.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good against Florida. Also, we got
fans are telling us play-by-play on the game.
Thank you. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. We also got, now this one is tomorrow, March 13th. It's an acoustic jam session.
Yeah, we talked about that acoustic.
Acoustic, yeah. It's an acoustic jam session at the Bledsoe Senior Center. And it's tomorrow, March 13th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Senior Center. This is for acoustic instruments only. So, also tomorrow, I messed this announcement up I don't know how many times this week because I'm so used to Fall Creek Falls having their breakfast, right? Well, this one is a chili supper, chili and soup dinner.
I remember that.
I finally got it right. And it's going to be tomorrow, Saturday, March the 13th, and it's from 4 to 7 p.m. at the fire hall at Fall Creek Falls. And the menu, they're going to have chili dogs, vegetable beef soup, grilled cheese or grilled ham and cheese. You can have vegetable soup too, without the beef. Right. And you can have chili cheese nachos. Ooh, that sounds good. That's tomorrow, folks.
Think of the options they're giving you.
That's a good menu. I like that Fall Creek Falls. We might have to go out there and check that out. And it's $7 a plate. Of course, a drink is included in that as well. And once again, remember, it's for a very good cause because all proceeds do benefit the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department.
Good deal.
Miss Jane Humble in the house.
Hey, Jane.
I read Jane.
We know Jane a little bit, don't we?
I do too.
We had
She used to do my hair.
Did she?
We met last night up at Scottish. She got her supper and I got my supper.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now this is new farmers market. We have an opening date for the farmers market.
When is it?
April the 3rd. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it won't be long.
It's not long at all. Those vendors that are interested in setting up their homegrown, homemade items at the farmers market right here in downtown Pikeville, you are asked to call Caitlin. The number to call is 423-356-1866. That's 423-356-1866 for an application and information. The farmers market, located behind the Veterans Memorial on Main Street, they're literally right across the road from us here. We can see both of them.
Yeah.
It's right behind that. They officially open this spring, April the 3rd. It will be open from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Come browse a great selection of produce, crafts, jellies, pies, all kinds of homemade food, really, it says. And you can also do this while listening to acoustic again. Here we go with acoustic music. Feeling the air. That'll be like nice and relaxing. That'll be a good, nice and relaxing vibe.
Have you ever played an acoustic instrument?
I have not. but I don't mind listening to it.
That's
But if
not
I played it, I don't think you'd want to listen to it.
that's not a guitar, is it?
Well, dadgummit, Papa, we got another one for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a busy day around here, folks. Tomorrow is the big country breakfast at the Veterans Hall. We can't forget about you guys. That is tomorrow, March 13th. It'll be from 7 to 10 a.m. at the Veterans Hall. Come enjoy biscuits and gravy, ham, sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs. Well, no, it don't say that. It just says eggs. More likely scrambled, though. Hash browns, tomatoes. To drink, you can get a cup of coffee, glass of milk, or orange juice. And a modest donation per plate is requested. And this goes towards their charity fund, so it's also a very important cause. And this month's breakfast is sponsored by Pikeville Funeral Home. So I need to make sure I got them all. There's two in there that didn't realize. Two big ones, too.
I think it's Tina Brown from Texas.
Oh, she's from San Antonio. Hi, Tina. Thanks
San
for
Antonio? How'd you know
San
that?
Antonio. Because I've talked to Tina online. She watches us on YouTube, and she watches us every time we go Facebook Live.
Whoa.
She's a really nice lady. Hello, Tina. Thanks for watching.
Why don't you introduce us?
Tina,
Like strangers, don't
Pop-Pop.
we?
Well, I call him Pop-Pop. This is Albert.
I wanted you to know which one was Albert.
Now, you've got a big one.
I have. This is for a friend of, well, he was a friend of mine, and his wife attended the same church that Patricia attended, so I got to
Cold
see her
Springs.
and her husband while he was alive at Cold Springs. They're having a benefit breakfast for his medical expenses as well as his funeral expenses. Tommy Johnson. Tommy was a trucker for many years, and very good looking man. Lived just a hop, skip, and jump from the radio station here.
Oh, okay.
So this is going to be the March the 20th, which will be a week from tomorrow,
Okay.
and the time is from 6 o'clock to 10 in the morning at the Cold Springs Baptist Church.
That's good.
You may have a plate for $7, or if you wish to give more, they will accept more.
Absolutely.
Because after all, this is a benefit.
Like all these meals we've talked about are for very good causes. That's true.
Now,
this is a very good cause.
You may dine in, but if you want to go, or if you want something delivered,
Yeah, it even offers delivery.
they're giving you the numbers to call. 533-2125. You can place your order and have them to deliver it to you.
Yeah.
But if you have other information that you would like to call about concerning this family, Helen is the widow. You may contact Dee Lockhart at 605-8175 or drop into her business.
You get your haircut. while you're at it.
Leslie Lockhart is 827-5699. That's Dee's daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
You may contact Ashley Thomas at 618-5065, or Sherry Campbell. You may contact her at 718-5374, or you might contact her down at where she works at the
She works at the city,
Municipal Hall.
and Ashley works at one of our sponsors, Pikeville Family Dentistry. So all these ladies can't, not hard to find if you need to talk to
Cold
them.
Springs Baptist Church is one of my favorite churches I've ever preached at.
I like it.
Really
Good
love-
spirit.
I like
Good
it.
spirit.
I like small
Charlie.
country churches like that.
Charlie attends there, and his wife just died just a few months ago, Carol.
Oh,
And Charlie seems to be doing just fine. Charlie Reed.
piano player.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's
I've got some of his CDs. I got some of their work.
he and his wife went all over the United States singing at nursing homes and just did all kinds of work like that. And she was one that drove.
I was at a tent
Oh.
meeting in North Carolina,
Mhm.
and he walks up.
Oh, really?
And I was at a.
That's
at
pretty cool.
A big singing before COVID down in Chattanooga with Paul Belcher, and they both walk up. So I know them quite well. I love them so much.
They're sweet. They were sweet. And every time I took Patricia up there, Carol would make a beeline to talk to Patricia.
Aw.
She came and talked to her every time.
Yep.
And I've heard him preach one time, and I heard him do the Wednesday night Bible study once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
Very knowledgeable in the Word of God, but very talented in the giftedness God has gifted him with to serve Him.
Right.
Just the way he loves people.
Oh,
It's just incredible.
the young people, he would
Yeah.
work with the young people, and they'd have 50 or 75 young people every Wednesday night because they fed them.
Yeah.
And
They had 100 in there last summer before this craziness.
They
happened.
bussed people in and gave them a free meal every Wednesday
Well, that's
night.
great.
And it was, but he would work with them before the meal, and they would sing in the choir, and then he would work with them on a song or two, and he would be teaching them new songs. But Charlie, I think one time he and Carol came. I used to have a Bible study at the nursing home,
Oh yeah.
and they wanted to come up there and be with
I
me.
did not know his wife passed away though.
Carol,
Oh my.
she's younger than
either.
he's about 81.
He's had lots of issues.
Oh, he's had a lot of issues. Well, Carol has too.
Yeah.
Carol did.
Mm.
But she was one of the sweetest people you ever met in your life.
Yeah.
Mm.
Both of them.
Amen.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
folks, it's time for my
Face-
lifelines.
Face the music.
Yeah, it's trivia time. So lifelines. I hope you're ready out there, Facebook
Here's the
Live.
first one.
Okay.
In what year was JFK's life ended?
Oh my.
Daryl, you may have to check the lifelines. I'm gonna give it a guess. Maybe some of our
You know it's in
Facebook
the
watchers know.
1960s.
63.
63.
Okay.
Very good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From the nursery rhyme, Little Jack Horner, when he stuck his thumb in the Christmas pie, he pulled out a
Crap.
A spider.
He's eating a Christmas
Oh,
pie.
he's eating a
He
Christmas
stuck in his thumb and pulled out a
plum.
plum. Thank
Yeah.
you, Billy.
It's the way you said it. I thought
I
it's
gave
got a rhyme.
you a clue. I gave you a clue.
You did, and you usually
That's
don't
good.
like to do that.
Name this tune. I was dancing
With my darling
to the what?
Tennessee Waltz.
Tennessee Waltz.
There we go.
You're batting
fire.
1,000.
I'm on fire.
Batting 1,000. Okay. What literary
Oh my
character
gosh.
Oh my God.
is remembered for this line? And he puzzled till his puzzler was sore.
Oh, the Cat in the Hat.
He's a doctor.
Oh, is it one of his books?
It's
Or?
one of his stories that's on television every year. At
Oh, the
Christmas.
Grinch.
The Grinch.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was looking for the author.
Dr. Seuss would be the author.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled 6 of his books.
I don't agree
But
with
you
that.
know what? Since they did that,
That
the
does-
sales
they've
of
been
his books
selling.
have skyrocketed.
They have.
They have skyrocketed.
They done the same thing to the Pillow Guy, and his sales are skyrocketing.
I did see that.
Praise.
I did
just
see
love
that.
I just love
But
when
you know-
he shows up.
The latest problem I've got, if you are an electrician, you know what a male plug is and what a female plug is. Listen, there has been such an outcry for it to be designated male plug and female plug. They want to do away with that.
Oh
and
my
just call them
God.
sockets.
Yeah.
That's when you know.
Somebody's going to get shot.
There's like, yeah.
Somebody's going to get
Anyway,
They're taking it way too far if they're doing that.
if you're in England and the king wants to make you a knight, there is a 3-letter word. They say, I blank thee, Sir Billy. A 3-letter word.
Does any of you guys know it on Facebook? See if they know, Daryl. Yeah, yours is a big screen.
3
See if they know.
letters. I blank thee, Sir Billy.
Uh,
It's a word for name.
Hang on.
3 letters.
I'm not going to say.
Does some of them know it?
I've lost Facebook for some reason.
Oh crap! I still see it up there, but
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
still
tell
there.
what they're saying.
I got off of here and looked
Oh
messaging.
no.
D.
Here we go.
D.
But it's 3 letters though. That's what's stumping me.
Dub thee.
Dang it! Dang it!
Sir Billy. I name you a knight.
Yes.
And it's only done in England and around the Knight Stables, King Arthur. Those are mythical characters.
Right.
Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
Do you ever read Sir Valiant in Sunday paper?
No.
Sir Valiant married to Alita and son Arn. Well, you've got to get into things, Billy.
Well, I do, but not that.
There's so many that are not there anymore. They're gone by the boards. Al Cap died. He's the one that drew Little Abner.
Oh.
So many characters that are in my mind. They don't even draw them anymore because they're died.
Well, that's sad. You'd hope that they would continue on afterwards.
Well, now the characters that I like to draw.
Tiny Tim is right there.
This is very great. I mean, that's.
Oh no.
Schultz died.
Oh, Peanuts, right?
The Peanuts characters. I've got so many of them that I like to draw. But babe, when he didn't designate anybody to take his place.
Oh, that's the problem there. Then that's the problem.
He
I'm
didn't designate
assuming.
anybody to continue his strip.
I wish it did. I wish it did. Charlie Brown and the Peanut Gang, very popular.
You need to send Miss Tina Brown something down there because she's getting all the answers right.
Oh, thank you, Tina. Stay on there, Daryl. So I might need her in a minute.
Next question: a horse's brake, like a brake on a car. How do you bring a horse to a halt?
With the reins.
The reins.
I was going to say Hall. Isn't that what it is? Do you remember the Hall was right and.
Oh no, G's right.
G's right.
Hall's left.
Hall's
That's
left.
right.
What's stop? That's horse talk.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll after Facebook.
I know.
I've got a joke about that, about a horse that.
You'll have to you'll have to tell it later then.
Pedro's coins.
Oh, it's Mexico.
All right, but what are they called?
Oh crap! And I know this one.
Yeah, you know where they're. Pedro is a Mexican name.
Oh.
So what are his coins called? Not pennies and dimes and nickels.
No, this is making me mad because I literally know this.
You have to know it. Mexican money.
I know. I've been there like 4 or 5 times.
Japanese money is yen. Mexican
Any of
money.
them? No. Tina, what's Mexican currency?
She would know in San Antonio.
She would definitely know.
They probably have it over there.
I know it. I cannot believe this.
Starts with a P.
I'm really
4 letters.
Full of amigos.
Amigos.
Full of amigos.
it's a I don't know. I do know peso. Thank you. Peso literally would not come to my mind. I bet she knew that one.
Last question.
No, she hadn't answered yet.
Oh, okay.
Come out of Daryl's.
I know that one.
Last question.
Boy, that makes me so mad.
Sorry, man.
A pirate's quaff.
What in the world is a quaff?
What does a pirate drink?
Oh, well, they drink a lot of things. Rum.
Rum.
Yeah.
Rum.
They like that rum.
Yo ho ho,
and a bottle of rum.
3 men on a dead man's chest.
All I can say is yuck.
I've never tasted rum, nor do I intend to.
Rum is actually pretty good. In small quantities, I'll say that, but it has a good flavor.
A lot of women make rum cake, rum flavored cake. Do they use real rum?
A lot of them do.
Oh,
yeah.
they do, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You ever got drunk?
You know, you can buy cooking wine. You can buy cooking wine in gallons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really like alcohol.
It's not intoxicating wine. It's cooking wine.
Right.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
My grandma.
I don't know about rum though.
Mother-in-law cooks with it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
she's German, so that's.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all of trivia.
Well,
you ready for
I'm ready as I'll ever be, I guess. But I'm still mad about the pesos. I cannot believe that.
Make it any.
I know I'm mad at myself. I cannot believe I couldn't think of that.
Started with a P.
I know. I know.
All right. Sports of all sorts. We need to know the Tennessee.
Gotta let it go. Yeah, update us on the score, anybody. But it's halftime, I think.
Score. We need that.
Basketball.
She said a T-shirt from Albert and Billy's what she's thinking.
All right. There you go.
This is with a feminine flavor. Last Friday night, Our Lady Vols advanced to Saturday's semi in the SEC
tournament. Played a
South
tough
Carolina.
game against Ole Miss first.
And
They had to get past Ole Miss first.
Tennessee, let's see, against the Gamecocks, they had won 75-67 back in February.
Yeah, in Knoxville.
But South Carolina, Tennessee was number 14, and they won 77-72 over Ole Miss.
Tennessee did.
Tennessee
We
did.
did. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Ole Miss game is what wore the Lady Vols out. That was a tough game, and they had to turn around and play the next day against South Carolina.
Wow.
Ole Miss,
But Renee Davis, you need to admit, she had a game and a half at Ole
33
Miss.
points.
33 points. She put on a show. And
Burrell had
I think she had
18.
14 rebounds, too.
But that gave Tennessee a 16-6 record.
Mm-hmm.
But Ole Miss fell to 11-11.
Yeah. They're not going to make the tournament, but they're a tough team.
All those ones makes a person dizzy. 11.
Yeah. But they're tough, though. Like, they didn't go away.
But anyway, in football.
But since we're on the subject of the Lady Vols, I will say that we lost the next game to South Carolina.
Next page.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not right there.
As this happened, Les Miles used to be coach at LSU.
I know he did.
Won 2 national
Sure
championships.
He did.
He went from LSU to Kansas.
Yeah, that's right.
Since he's been at Kansas, he's won 3 games and lost 18.
Well, yeah.
That's an average of 1.5 wins.
But Kansas is more about basketball. That he's probably having to rebuild. You think?
Well, okay, but still, here's the reason I brought up Les Miles' name.
Oh, I know.
He's been accused of sexual misconduct.
I did hear about that.
He needs a lick in the head like that because of his ill fortune of having a team with 3 wins.
Right.
In 3 years.
So what have they decided to do?
Also, to go along with his woes, his superiors have been charged with covering up.
Oh, really?
So what I'm saying is Kansas, it sounds to me like they're in trouble.
Well, that is what that sounds like. I knew that. Is there any... They've not decided on anything, though, as far as firing him?
I've not heard another word, but it sounds to me like Les Miles has got a black cloud hanging over his head.
Yeah, I hate to hear that.
And the University of Kansas does too.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be more that comes out of that story.
He will not be the first one to be caught.
Or the last.
No, nor the last. And see, probably several are involved in the same thing he was involved in. But it's the ones that get caught that have to pay the price.
That's true.
Bruce Pearl got caught. And Bruce Pearl paid the price. It was an axe-felling blow to his career. 5 years to sit out and not coach a game. 5 years. So he came back to the SEC. Instead of building his way back up, he started right at the top and came back to the SEC at Auburn.
Took him to the Final Four.
But this year, they are 11-14.
Yeah, they're struggling this year. I did find out.
13-14.
They are kind of young this year, though. We were talking about why are they struggling so much, and injuries is playing a part in it. I did finally look into that.
Well,
and tried to figure that out. So, kind of a rebuilding year for Bruce Pearl and Auburn.
Anyway, the last game they played, Ole Miss, that was Bruce Pearl's 600th win in his career.
That's impressive.
So that's a milestone.
Especially that he had to sit out 5 years.
Yeah,
Makes it even more impressive.
That would probably been at the peak of his coaching career.
It was. Look where he was taking Tennessee.
Look where he took Tennessee.
Yeah. It was the peak of his career.
But meanwhile, on Sunday, Tennessee men's team won their regular season finale against Florida.
And that's what they're playing today.
In K-Town. Now, Florida beat them at Florida. Tennessee beat Florida at Knoxville. So now today you're on a neutral court. You're in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena.
Yep.
We'll have to wait and see how this one comes out. But
I know. We're ahead at the half currently.
Well, I'm sure the half is over. But anyway, our regular season, Tennessee won 17 and lost 7.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Not
in the
a bad
big dance.
year, considering some of the games we could have won.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get to play 1 or 2 games.
Oh, that's true, too. That affected both them and the Lady Vols. Yeah.
Hans just scored 5 points in his last regular season game.
That's disappointing.
Fulkerson gave his potential of what we've been expecting of him. He gave us 14 points,
It's
which
about
was
time.
high. Which was high.
Especially considering how bad he struggled the last 2 months. It's unreal. Maybe he's peaking at the right time again. That'd be nice to see.
Keon Johnson and Victor Beatty both got 14. So
they've been doing good.
That game would bode well for Tennessee in the tourney.
It sure would.
So they got 2 byes and didn't have to play until today.
That's true.
So you're already jumped up, way up.
You have an advantage.
And it doesn't matter what Tennessee does. They're going to the SEC. They're going to the big dance.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Definitely.
Kentucky, they got beat yesterday by 1 point. But they wound up with a 9-16 record.
That's just unbelievable.
Kentucky, it did not do this in the paper. I felt like they should. It did not tell me how many years it's been since Kentucky had to stay home at the big dance.
It's been a long time.
But I can't remember when they did not get to go to the NCAA tournament.
It's been a long time. I can't either. I mean, it's been a long time. I know that.
But here we are.
They're a regular there.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Does that sound familiar to you, Darryl?
Yes, sir.
David said that. Oh,
Hero.
how
One of my
the
heroes.
mighty have fallen.
Oh, about Kentucky. I
Kentucky.
agree. What happened in North Carolina last year? It's strange to see.
Did Duke get beat too?
Well, I'll have to check and see because it's going to be weird if they don't make the tournament either. That's crazy.
Okay, Tennessee in the SEC regular season did not place a single player on first team nor second team.
I disagree with that. That's
I
a
do too.
bad decision.
I think Springer and Keon Johnson. Now
they deserve to be all freshmen at least.
They did make that.
Oh, okay.
Or at least what Johnson did.
Okay.
Johnson did, and they deserve that. But
yeah.
Johnson is already being placed, or Springer won at number 6 as being eligible for the NBA draft. Number 6.
I hope those guys go to them.
One and done is not good.
One and done is dumb. I'm so tired of that.
They ought to make them stay at least 2 years.
Well, football make you 3 years. You got to stay to your junior year usually. I think basketball needs to do the same, or just do away with the one and done, because the one and done is stupid.
Well, that's what Kentucky had for years and years and years.
I know.
One and done.
But that backfired on them this year. That doesn't always
one
work.
Injury takes them out, and they can be in the poorhouse with nothing to back up.
Yeah,
that's
the poorhouse.
That's true.
One is your key.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen has really had a good year for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's Scottie Pippen's son, isn't it?
Yeah, Scottie Pippen Jr.
Wow.
But you know, yesterday in the game, he won. He scored 23 points, but he only got 3 goals out of 17 tries.
He must have made a living at the free throw line.
He didn't miss the one.
He must
10 straight. 10
I was
straight.
about to say he must have tore it up at the free throw line.
But I like to see. Don't you know that daddy was tickled to death to see his son follow in his shoes? I can remember seeing Scottie Pippen play for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, won several championships itself.
Anyway, that's all I have in sports.
I know this has nothing to do with it, but Scottie Pippen's wife is Well, she might be his ex-wife now, but man, she's pretty. She's pretty.
You talking about men being ladies, man?
That boy's mama's pretty.
That was pretty. You could only say that here in town, right? You couldn't say it out there.
All right, well, stay tuned, folks. We'll be back after the break with some good old Albertology.
Short break, I hope.
That's coming up
Real
next.
short. My wife's headed home.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
I'll take care of lunch today, Dylan. Oh, no, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Ben Buckner here, General Manager of Victory Pre-Owned of Dunlap. I'm here to let everyone know that Victory offers a full-service garage open to the public. Our mechanics are ASE certified and locally known and have over 20 years of experience. From our $29.95 oil change to complete car care, no job is too big or too small. Come in and check us out, 15480 Rankin Avenue, right in the middle of Dunlap, Tennessee.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show, and thanks for watching us on BTC Fiber Channel 18 and BTC Fiber YouTube. Thanks for listening on WUAT Radio, and today thanks for watching on Facebook Live. There was some help in trivia. Appreciate that. I want to thank our sponsors, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's right in downtown Pikeville, offices of Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, Michael Walker, Farm Bureau Insurance. Go see Matt and his friendly staff down at Farm Bureau. And South Pikeville, as I always say, by Putnam Reed Funeral Home. Pikeville Family Dentistry, Caddy Corner Drive. Caddy Corner from us here at Main Street.
Don't ask me to spell that.
The Loom. Our neighbor right here on Cumberland Avenue, the Loom. Nickel Row Antiques. Now they'll be back open soon now, just in a few weeks.
April the 1st.
April the 1st. The Getting Place. Thanks to the Getting Place and Gibbs Pools.
Yeah.
And Morgan Brothers in the venue.
I seen one of them Morgan brothers come out of the here and go get in his truck today.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I drew their picture that's on their shirt.
He
Oh,
did.
Really?
I've got it.
I'm gonna get that to them.
I've got
Yes,
it
it's
you need to draw
good.
y'all's picture to put on a t-shirt.
I know. Why don't you do that?
Yeah.
State,
good.
it would be State Farm Insurance. Nick Smith and his friendly staff over on the bypass. They're literally next to the dollar store, aren't they?
Right.
And Milldown Outdoor Adventures. I want to thank them as well. Timmy Campbell, Timmy and Michelle. We're going to be filming an episode there.
I've seen their advertisement on television.
That'll be a fun one.
Looks good.
Cliff was asking me today when we're going to film over at the ice cream shop.
Yeah, no, we're going to do an episode over there with an audience. So
really?
we're working on the details. Yeah.
Will
We
they?
need to pull that like a couple of weeks, really punch it in there,
know
get a lot
it.
of people in there.
That's right.
I wonder if they'll give us anything to eat.
I don't know. Maybe we might get a free ice
Hey,
cream.
what I was
Papa.
thinking is
I'll
let's
ask
do a thing
him.
where you guys have to say what ice cream it is. Like a little, like a spoonful.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Identify the flavor.
Yes.
Identify the flavor. We'll call it identify the flavor.
Yes. Oh, you gotta remember
That's a good one.
that's golden right there. That's gonna happen.
Look, Papa, that comes from over there. You get a little bit of competition here.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You know what's missing right there, don't you?
Papa's Hershey.
Nuts.
Yeah. And you put Hershey Kisses in yours, don't you?
I'm not going to tell you what to put.
Oh yeah, he won't that. He won't that.
Girls at school would ask me.
Chinese secret.
They'd ask me what was in my recipe, and I said, "Well, I can't tell you." And they said, "We'd like to know." I said, "Well, when I die, I'll leave you my recipe." Well, those girls are long gone.
Oh,
Did you know? Did you know?
I don't know. Did I?
All right.
We'll find out.
These are the categories. The real names of one-name personalities. Cher.
Cher.
You know Cher, don't you?
Cher. Yeah, not Cher, but Cher.
C-H-E-R.
Cher. That's
I
how
thought
she
it's-
pronounces it, Cher.
Cher. I thought it was Cher. Her real name is
What's Cher's real name?
Sherilyn
He was going Cher.
Sarkisian.
Okay.
Wow.
So you understand why she goes by Cher.
Yes. Yes. By Cher. Yes.
Jay-Z.
I don't know his real name. No. I know you're talking
Sean Corey Carter.
about. Did not know that.
I would rather go by Jay-Z, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Sting.
Know who Sting is, but I don't know
But
his
listen,
name
he's
either.
got 4 names.
God.
Gordon, Matthew, Thomas, Sumner.
Wow.
So,
That makes
go by
sense.
Sting.
Yeah.
And Adele.
I don't know her full name. I sure do not.
Adele,
Okay.
Laurie, Blue, Adkins.
My
4
goodness.
names. I don't understand why you would want 4.
Well, I do see why they use stage names. All of
You
those.
can and you know why that John Wayne was named John Wayne?
Yeah. Yeah. What's his name again?
His name is
It's something that don't fit him at
something
all.
Morrison. What was it?
Yeah, I can't remember now, but it don't fit him at all. John Wayne, he definitely picked the better name. That's for sure.
Well, he didn't do it. John Ford said, "I'm not going to let you be
Yeah.
known as."
His agent done it, yeah.
He said, "I'll name you John Wayne." Maury Morrison. Anyway, it's such a silly sounding name.
It was.
But
It was.
those
I
people
couldn't
that are
believe
named
it.
Morrison, forgive me.
Well, the first
I
name
get
didn't do no
myself in trouble
favors.
so many ways.
Yeah.
Did you know? Now this is hard to fathom, and you probably won't believe it. But the human body has an estimated 60,000 miles of blood vessels. That's enough mileage to go around the earth twice.
Wow.
In your human body?
No,
That
definitely
many
didn't know
blood
that
vessels? 60,000 miles?
one. Man alive. That's a lot.
Who figured that one up?
I don't know.
Yeah, God bless them. That had to take some time.
Did you know?
Research.
Did you ever get a Charlie horse?
Yes. Oh, man, they hurt. Man,
used
do
to-
they
I used to
hurt.
play softball many years ago when I was 18, 20 years old. We had a softball league back then.
Yeah.
And teams from
Let's
every
then bring that
community in
back.
Bledsoe County played. It was unreal.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of the stands, and they were packed.
I bet.
But anyway, there was a man, Pam McVeigh's daddy, Benton, was a good left-handed hitter, and he could hit the ball over the fence and get an automatic double. He was on second base. The man behind him got a hit. He's running between second and third. All of a sudden, he hits the ground, and he He jumps up and blames the catcher for throwing the ball and hitting him. He had a Charlie horse. He had a Charlie horse. Now let me explain what a Charlie horse is. I never
They hurt
knew this.
really bad. That's all
It
I
hurts
know.
real bad, and I've had them. I've had Eddie Everett have to get up and rub mine out.
Yeah, they're painful. Whew.
It is the nickname for a muscle cramp.
Oh, that makes sense.
The nerves inside the muscle can fire up to 150 electrical charges per second during a cramp. And your body can't handle that. And so
No.
it just bundles up into one little, and what causes it?
Horrible.
Could be dehydration. It could
Well,
be
yeah, that would
certain
definitely cause
medications
it.
you're taking. Could be overexertion. I don't know whatever caused mine, but bless
They
his heart.
come at random times.
Pickle
and-
juice
oh.
is the cure.
Pickle juice.
That's
They
the
didn't give the
honest
cure.
truth.
It didn't
Is
give the
the
cure.
Well, I need
Dill
to-
pickle juice, I bet.
Dill
too.
pickle juice. The vinegar in there, we get them a lot cramps like after we shoot a pool
I bet vinegar
and
is
you hold
key.
that 150-pound hose on your shoulder all day long and you're just tensed up. You know, we have to swap out even.
Mm-hmm.
And your legs are tired, you've expend
That's
all
overexertion.
your liquids is
Well,
gone,
that
you know,
does
you're
give
burning
a
up.
reason.
And so we've had problems with that.
Vinegar, I bet, is the
And
key.
vinegar is the key.
It treats so many ailments.
It does, I think.
Well, I'm thinking about, though, we're on Albertology, and Ethan reminded me again today to say, remember you said something about Virginia having the most,
Yeah.
putting people to death more. That is not true, and I didn't think it was. The actual answer is Texas.
Darryl find out it was Texas?
Papa didn't get it wrong. It is Texas. I said it was
It is
Texas.
Texas.
You said Texas.
The newspaper got it wrong.
They got it
The
wrong.
Chattanooga Times got it wrong. They sure did. It's not Virginia.
All right. I told you I was going to explain some military phrases to go with what you said a while ago.
Okay.
The term blockbuster is not a movie,
Even
but that's what we call a blockbuster movie.
yeah.
The term came during the World War II, a bomb big enough to take out most of a city block
Oh,
was
wow.
called a blockbuster.
No wonder it's
It could
called
take out a
that.
block.
Wow.
Oh. Well, that makes sense. then.
Cup of Joe.
I
Now
don't
you know,
get that.
you probably know
I mean,
what
it's
a cup of
coffee,
Joe is.
isn't
Billy
it?
wouldn't know what a cup of Joe is.
Is it supposed to
Joe.
be coffee?
Coffee.
He's called,
Okay.
but listen, here's where it came from. Josephus Daniels was Secretary of the Navy in 1913,
Mhm.
and he abolished alcohol from all military ships. They could not have alcohol on board.
That was
Okay.
a smart move. Probably.
Yeah, probably so.
So legend says that the sailors began to refer to the hardest beverage they had on board, which was coffee, as a cup of Joe.
Well, now it makes more sense.
After him.
Because I was thinking,
was
how
his
did they
name.
come up with Cup of Joe?
Cup of
But
Joe.
that makes sense.
Deadline, the term deadline is now it's like a newspaper's got a deadline.
Yeah, you got a
to meet
deadline
get
to
the
meet.
news printed,
Yeah.
but the deadline was from the Civil War.
Oh.
The POWs were shown a line in the dirt, and they said, if you cross over that line, you'll be shot dead. That's the deadline.
Oh, that makes sense too.
Why they were held as prisoners.
Yeah.
No fences.
Right.
They just said, if you cross this line, you'll be shot.
Well, that makes
So
sense.
that was the deadline. That makes more sense than the deadline of a newspaper.
Oh yeah, I was wondering where some of these words, come from.
Loose cannon.
Loose cannon.
They talk about
That
a
means
man
like
having
a
loose
hothead.
cannon, being able to,
Yeah.
not being able, but shooting his mouth off.
Yeah.
Theodore Roosevelt once told a journalist that he didn't want to be the old cannon loose on the deck of a ship in the time of a storm. They were on wheels so they could go from side to side, used wherever they would need to be used.
Okay.
So he did not want to be a loose cannon
Rolling around.
rolling around. He wanted he wanted
Tied
that.
down.
Well, that
wanted-
makes sense too.
He wanted that man to understand that.
Right.
All right.
All right. Did you know that you blink constantly
Yeah.
15 or 20 minutes per second. 15
No.
or 20 times. No, per
How is-
minute. Per minute.
I was about to say, how is that humanly
15
possible?
or 20 times per minute. And they told me when I went to the eye doctor yesterday that I need to blink more.
Oh.
What the blinking does, it distributes mucus and oils all over your orb.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to know.
Wow.
Do you know why you?
When you said per second, though, I thought, now how is that
that's the
possible?
First mistake.
Dude, you got a blinking problem.
Yeah, big time.
A blinking.
Blinking problem.
That's the first mistake I ever made.
Today.
Do you know why you shiver when you're cold?
Well, not really, just because I'm
Your
cold.
body is trying to make itself warm.
Oh,
Your body's doing that because the body knows it's cold. And
Okay.
so it's contracting the muscles in your body and trying to make you shiver.
okay.
So what is it called after you go
You
to
can
the
learn
point
so much
past
on
you
this
can't
show.
shiver no more? What's it called when you're too cold?
You're going to freeze.
That's hypothermia, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Ooh.
Throw that in there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he needs to be quizzed some.
Dove soap.
That's been around a long time.
Dove soap is the #1 selling bar soap in the country.
I can see that. I can see that.
Carolyn always used Dove soap. I have
A lot
a
of people
bar
do.
of Dove soap left, and she's been dead 7 years last December the 18th.
Wow.
I still have a bar of Dove soap in my bathroom. The reason women like people, I don't like
I
it.
think men and women like it, or it
They
would be
have that
bestseller.
ingredient, moisturizing cream.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason
Okay.
it's such a good seller. Tylenol. Tylenol was just invented quite accidentally. Two men,
Really?
they were German medical students, and someone had intestinal worms, and they're trying to
Oh
treat
my
her
God.
for these worms. And they mistakenly dosed her with a chemical cocktail. And in that cocktail, they produced inside her a metabolism that produced
That just sounds painful.
the medicine that's in Tylenol,
Really?
methamphetamine.
Uh-huh.
And so her body got better quickly. The fever broke. She didn't have any more problems. So it was brought over to the United States
That's crazy.
in 1955 as a medicine for children, and it was to be used, and it was in a little bitty bottle that would look like a fire truck
Mm-hmm.
to get women to try it
Oh.
for their
I
children.
remember that. The little
Really?
metal fire truck.
You do.
Oh.
I do.
Wow.
But now Tylenol is used in 13 countries, and it's for hotheads regardless of size,
Yeah.
regardless of age. Listen, the only thing I can take for
So-
any ailments I've got
I
is
know.
Tylenol. I can't take
I
anything
know.
that starts with an A.
I feel so bad for you because of that.
I can't take anything that starts with an A.
You can't take aspirin and ibuprofen, nothing. That would.
Everybody's different. Our metabolisms are. So that shows that God made us different.
Yeah.
Ah, you're kidding.
That's a bummer, though, isn't it?
But
Like
you
to
know
only be able
what?
to take
We're
Tylenol.
made differently, but we're made in God's image.
That's right.
True. Preach it, Albert. Preach it, Papa.
Did you know the electric eel is not an eel?
It's not.
Or electric. No. I'm just kidding.
It's a knife fish, and it breathes air. It lays eggs. It has no dorsal fin. It is not what we call it.
It's a what fish again? A knot fish?
Knife.
Knife. I
fish.
thought that's what you said. A knife fish.
It breathes air and it lays eggs. If anything
Why is it
lays
called
eggs,
that?
it's a mammal. I don't
I
know.
think we have freshwater eels in the Tennessee River.
Yeah, they say they are.
Big ones.
Known by the name killer whale, it's not a whale.
It's a, well, I know it can be called an orca. It's a dolphin,
It's
isn't
a
it?
dolphin.
Yeah.
But why do we call them killer whales?
Well, they must have a mean streak in them.
That's good, Billy. You earned your pay for the day.
Don't we all got a mean streak of somewhere?
True.
Jesse Owens was a sprinter way back in World War II, or before World War II. We were in the Olympics, and Jesse was one of our athletes. Hitler wanted a superior race, and he was proud of the athletes that he had performing in that Olympics. I think it's in '39. But anyway, Jesse Owens was our best hope. And Hitler had to watch Jesse Owens dash his hopes for victory as we won.
Well, I remember you talking about that.
Okay. Those shoes that he had on were running shoes. Two brothers, the Dassler brothers, way back in 1924 had started a shoe business together. Well, somewhere along the way, they ran into opposition with one another and they separated.
Oh.
And so one of them created the Adidas shoe.
Yeah.
And one of them created the Puma
That's
shoe.
right. I do remember that. So they both ended up doing really well regardless.
I would say Adidas is probably number one, though, would you not?
Yeah, I think the one that did Adidas turned out probably better. Yeah.
All right. There are likely whales still swimming that were here when Moby Dick was written.
Wow.
Over 100 years.
170 years ago.
Wow, they live a long time.
Some whales have been recorded as living 200 years.
Dang, I did not know that.
200 years.
Have you ever heard the call of the whales?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, it is. It really is.
And I heard a woman in our church complaining about Pluto not being a planet anymore. Pluto, when it was discovered, it was in 1930.
Okay.
And it was a very small planet, a dwarf planet they called it.
Yeah.
But 76 years later, in 2006, it's been downgraded to that dwarf planet. But the amount of time it takes Pluto to revolve around the sun, 248 Earth years.
Goodness.
So they couldn't keep up with it.
Maybe that's why they done it,
So
because
is Pluto
a long time away.
Oh yeah.
And it's a long ways away.
I have got an article somewhere that tells me how big the sun is. And it said that if the sun's insides could be emptied out and that orb had nothing inside of it, it told how many Earths would fit inside that sun and how many moons would fit inside that sun. And yet, our sun is tiny compared to some stars you see up in the sky at night. Isn't that something?
It is. It is.
Have you seen some of the close-up pictures of Hubble space? It's angelic. Some of the pictures are angelic. I mean, they're just beautiful.
Well, you're
they're close up with that.
And you're seeing
Hubble.
things you never saw before.
Never seen before.
Well, that's true too.
The 10 most visited national parks. What's number one?
Smoky Mountains.
Yep.
You better believe it.
Yes.
Yellowstone's second.
Oh, of course.
I've been to that one. Boy, there's something to watch Old Faithful. You can just about set your watch. They told you how many.
Yeah, it is amazing.
How long it should have to wait to see it, and it came right up again.
Yeah.
But you know the one thing that disappointed me about Yellowstone, every once in a while you'd see bones floating out here in a geyser. Those animals, every once in a while they stumble and they fall in some of these places.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
And the first
The
thing,
water's super hot too.
yeah,
Right? Yeah.
the first thing that met us when we entered the gate was a buffalo coming right toward us. Zion National Park is number 3. Well, let me go on.
I've heard of that one.
Grand Teton is number 5. I've been there.
Heard of that one, obviously.
The Joshua Tree National Park was number 10. I never heard of that one.
No, I don't know.
But Smoky Mountains is over 12 million people per year.
I'm glad it's number one.
What Fall Creek Falls falls on
On the state park, high, very high.
Would you say that
Fall Creek Falls is
Truly?
definitely the most visited state park in the
20?
South. I know.
I would think maybe 2 million.
Million. I mean, it's millions. Yeah,
I don't think it's over
absolutely.
2 million.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been since you've heard the preamble read?
Preamble Red.
Preamble.
Preamble Red.
Oh gosh, I don't know really. I don't know.
I wrote it down.
Okay.
I want to read it.
Well, you do that.
We the people, this is the first time it was read now, this is what it said. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, number one, we establish justice, we ensure domestic tranquility,
Mm-hmm.
we provide for the common defense, we promote the general welfare, we secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Well, good. I'm glad you read that.
Oh, how come he do that? But I like the way it sounded. I read that when I was in school.
I remember hearing it in school, but I haven't probably heard it since then.
But the
couldn't
things
tell
that
you,
we
really.
promise
I couldn't-
ourselves, we're still trying to do that.
Yeah.
That's
This
true.
is not a perfect union.
No, it's not
I mean,
perfect.
they've all said that.
But those men that drew that up realizing that they could be tried as traitors if they were caught.
Mm-hmm. I know it.
By the British, yeah.
We better get to you jokes soon,
Okay,
Papa.
okay, jokes. I've got so
No
much.
joking.
All right, here we go.
And you have to say if it's an actual joke or if it's just a quote.
I want to hear you laugh. When the grocer informed her that the price of eggs was 60 cents a dozen, the woman said, "That's 5 cents for each egg." "Yes, ma'am," said the man, "but you must remember that one egg is a whole day's work for a hen."
It is, I'm sure.
A woman went into now you'll laugh on this one. A woman went into a butcher shop, and I cut meat for 18 years. I can understand this fellow.
Yeah.
She went into a butcher shop one evening to buy some meat. A strange man followed her into the store and stood about while she was at the counter. Suddenly she screamed, and the man turned and ran out of the store. And he ran right into the arms of a passing patrolman.
Oh.
On searching him, he was found to be armed, and later he was identified as a notorious hold-up man. "Mrs. Jones," the butcher said, "if you hadn't screamed, I would certainly have been robbed."
Oh.
"But how did you know that he was a bandit?"
Yeah.
"Oh, I didn't know. I screamed because you told me the price of that meat."
That's pretty good.
That's good.
Before I learned to cut meat, this is the true story. Before I learned to cut meat, a man was hired to cut meat in the store till I could learn. I went to Dayton, Tennessee to a wholesale meat house for 6 weeks to learn to cut meat.
Really?
A woman came in there one day while this other man was cutting meat to buy a beef roast.
Okay. Okay.
And whenever he cut the roast for her, she said, called his name, and she said, "Well, that's got an awful lot of bone in it." He said, called her by her name, said, "When you buy land, you buy stones. When you buy meat, you buy bones."
That's what he told
That's
her.
around here, boy. I tell you, we got more rocks that grow out of the ground.
Yeah. It's a good comeback.
If you look at the mountains on each side and all the rocks that are there,
Yeah.
and all the rocks that are being farmed out of this valley floor,
Up on the mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you think this might have been a cleft valley?
Oh.
I think the Tennessee River ran down this valley at one time.
Well, why is the rock still here?
They're heavy. They got left behind.
Maybe so.
The force of water
Yes.
and the force of wind. In Genesis, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. There's
True.
power in God's voice, but
There
there's
is.
power in water and power in air.
You wouldn't believe the power out of the
True.
water I've seen. It's just incredible.
A
It
woman,
is.
It's incredible.
notice how I told that one. A young man approached the counter at which Christmas cards were being sold.
Okay.
"Have you anything sentimental?" he asked. "Well, here's a lovely one," replied the sales girl. "To the only girl I ever loved." "That's fine. I'll take 4. No, 6. Now, how many would I buy?
That sounds like me.
More women than a passenger train can haul.
That's a good one, though. That is
You're talking
good.
about Billy.
That's good.
A salesman was dismissed because of a lack of courtesy to customers. A month
Really?
later, the sales manager spotted him walking about in a police uniform.
Uh-oh.
"I see you've joined the force, Jones," said the sales manager. "Yes, this is the job I've been looking for all my life. On this job, the customer is always wrong."
There you go.
There you go.
The customer is always wrong.
It's only one you can say that on. Well, we go. Time for one more, Papa.
A clerk in a miscellaneous store was serving a caller. The manager was at his desk some distance away, but he overheard the clerk say, "No, madam, we haven't had any for a long time." "Oh, yes, we have," said the manager. He interrupted. "I will send to the warehouse immediately and have some brought over for you." And the woman just looked at him and laughed and went out. And the manager turned to the clerk and said, "Don't you ever say to someone, 'We don't have it.' Tell them we'll get it."
Right.
"Well, you see," replied the clerk, "she just said to me we haven't had any rain lately, and I agreed with her."
No wonder she laughed. I don't think he was gonna go get the rain for him, was he?
I'll quit.
That's pretty good. Well, those are pretty good, Papa.
I've got to find those about the bank for Vicky.
Yes, you do. You do. All right, folks. Reminder again: don't forget about the country breakfast at the the Veterans Club tomorrow. It's from 7 to 10 a.m. So you can start your day off tomorrow with that. And also tomorrow afternoon, go out to Fall Creek Falls and support their fire department for their chili and soup dinner. Lots of things going on tomorrow. Also, the senior center's having their event tomorrow. That's from 6 to 8. So keep all those things in mind for tomorrow, folks.
Now that breakfast in the morning is from 7 to 10?
7 to 10 a.m. at the Veterans Hall. So
And the only way you can eat all 3 hours is if you keep buying breakfast.
I know it, I tell you. Well, that is it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. We'll see you folks next time.
See you later, folks.
Brought to you by Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, your full-service telecommunications provider right here in the Sequatchie Valley.